I'm Grim, and this is Grim Build. You ever ask yourself, why would I pay somebody to screw up my stuff? Well, why pay somebody to screw up your stuff when you can screw it up yourself? And maybe even learn something in the process. Got a fun one today. Well, we'll see. Today we're going to load up some diagnostic equipment and go help out a buddy. That's just how we do things. Well, here goes nothing. We're here. So the failure mode is, we no got no power in a lot of places. Well, car's running, got no instrument cluster, no climate control, no radio, no bueno. Well, we tried turning it off and turning it back on, it didn't work. So we're gonna hook up the power probe here and check for power distribution, or the lack thereof. Everywhere we look, we got ground. We no got no power anywhere. Well, that fuse is blown like a paycheck on a Friday night. So aside from some janky wiring, we also found that some fuses don't have power where they should. Ooh, monies. We must dive deeper into the unknown. Yeah, not really sure what all that trash is. Pretty sure it has to do with an aftermarket alarm. That looks like a valet switch and a manual shutoff. And an LED to say, hey, I'm either on or I'm off. Man, the things we do for the people we love. Good Lord. Now, after all this wonderful stuff, what we ended up finding was one of these micro relays on this controller for the aftermarket alarm failed. And you can't just replace them. They're soldered into the board. Good times. So now we're getting rid of the aftermarket alarm. Now we've got to repair all this wiring they butchered to install it. And after a considerable amount of wiring repair, everything seems to be working. Well, now that it runs on its own, that's great, but we got to check engine light. And it doesn't run wonderfully. I mean, it runs, but, you know, ish. Well, it starts and runs and drives, but it runs really horribly. More than it was doing when I got here. So my buddy that called me over said he's going to fix the misfire issue, and I guess we'll go from there. The original complaint was the car started and ran, but the charging system didn't operate, and it had no climate control power or power to the instrument cluster or any of that stuff. We found a problem, we fixed the problem, and then we found more problems. You know, I don't normally make house calls, but sometimes we just got to do what we got to do to take care of our people. Anyway, if you enjoyed this content, like, subscribe, or just roast me in the comments. Whatever, man. Be a good time for everyone. Till next time, y'all be safe.